What is good, guys? It's Casey the Dream here, and I've been thinking maybe I want to go back to gaming. So after the He Bites book, maybe they be like a couple gaming videos, and then be like, you know, and then go back to another book, start a whole new book, and so Without further ado, He Bites. Chapter name what chapter? As you can see, we're kind of almost done with it. Wait, no, no. Is it history? Okay. I I think we read Angeline last. I'm not sure. What? Angeline, chapter 13. So, what is chapter 13? Okay, wait. Wait, hold up. So, chapter 13 was threat. So, we're on chapter 14. So, this is the chapter that we're on. Okay. Chapter 14, Angeline. I'm calling it Angeline. I don't care. Jack's point of view, I woke up slowly and joined the soft bed under me. It took me a while to recall what had happened, but I was surprised that there were only a dull pain in my shoulder. I tried stretching it out a little, and when I realized it was bearable, I stretched out all my limbs. I looked around to an unfamiliar room to see mostly blank walls, until I got to a shelf that was filled with pictures. Curiosity getting the better of me, I got closer to the edge of the bed to get a better look. They were all in black and whites, and seemed to be rated age, as the corners were all crumbled up and the paper the picture had gotten a ting of yellowish brown. The first seemed to be a family photo. A young couple holding hands with their arms, keeping a boy and girl to their legs. I looked closer to the boy and smiled when I realized it was Mark. When he was younger, he was holding onto his mother's hand, looking at the camera lens silently. Although it wasn't in color in high definition, he seemed like an adorable child. I mean, he still was. The other picture was of him in what I assumed was his teenage year. It was a picture of him and some girl. Even though this was decades ago, I couldn't help but feel slightly curious about the relationship. I was about to look at the next picture, but arms wrapped around me from behind, pulling me into a strong chest. Into a strong chest. I giggled as he nuzzled my neck. His arms were cold against my bare chest, but I didn't mind at all. How are you feeling, darling? He asked. My face flushed at the nickname. I turned to see his face. He seemed to be avoiding my gaze. Not bad, thanks for the bandages and painkillers, I said, smiling. About that. I couldn't exactly give you painkillers and conscience, and I slightly panicked. Well, I understood what he was leaning to when I felt his desire to jump up and down on the bed, take the bed to take me over. Hey, it's alright, don't worry. If I was in your position, Jay would have done the same. I'm just kidding. You know that is a J. I would have done the same. Plus, it's not that bad, I assure, placing my hand on his shoulder. He didn't seem convinced, so I got closer and placed my lips onto his. Oh, Jack. Anywho, but no, that's not a story. Just extra commentary for communic whatever. I need to follow through on the jokes. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting what I wasn't expecting was the sudden desire to flame up inside me when we made contact. I wonder if it was his blood doing, but honestly, that was in the back of my mind. I assumed he felt the way too when he pulled my chest to his, causing me to straddle him. Now, I had no experience with most of this, but I felt like it would come naturally. My hands made their way onto his messy dark hair. I enjoyed how soft it was and how it tickled my fingers a little. As I brushed my hands through, I hadn't noticed his hands slowly sliding down my back until they were on my arse ass, causing me to gasp and pull away. He hummed in delight at my reaction. We really shouldn't. The blood is amplifying your emotions towards me, he said, pulling away. I crossed my arms and huffed like a little child who wasn't getting the toy they wanted from the shop. As much as I do enjoy this, we can't we can't just ignore what happened yesterday. You could have been. He stopped. He stopped himself there. I couldn't perfectly describe. I can't. I couldn't perfectly describe his facial expressions, but it held sadness. Hey, I'm alive. See, still breathing. Your blood will heal me up. Heal me up, and I will be okay. I said. How are you so calm? You're almost killed because of me, because you're around me, and yet you stay anyway. Why aren't you even the slightest concern for your own safety? I swear it's maddening. He snapped, standing. Oh my god. He He snapped. There you go. He snapped, standing up from the chair and pacing about the room. He ran he ran his fingers through his hair and looked to me, expecting my answer. I'm calm because I know it'll be okay. As long as you're by my side, I'll make it through anything. Really. I say because I want to. I like having you as company constantly. I guess I just care more about others than I do about myself. I slightly responded honestly, staying seated on the bed. He sighed and seemed to into deep thought. I stood up, feeling the need to move, and walked and walked towards the shelf with the pictures on it. I could feel his gaze on me as I grabbed the picture of his family and observed it closer. "Do you trust me?" he asked randomly. I turned around to see his face. "Yes," I replied, confused as to why he would ask something like that. This was obviously Yami's doing. "It isn't safe for you here, so I think I have a place for you to stay. It might be a little strange at first, though. I promise they won't lay a finger on you," he said. "Does that mean you won't be there?" I asked sadly. "It'll only be temporary. I'll deal with Yami, and you can come back here. I just need you to be safe," he said. His voice was full of desperation as he looked to me pleasingly. His body language was begging me to say yes. "Fine. You better deal with this quick," I said sternly as I could. Sternly as I could. "I promise I will. Trust me." I'm not thrilled about the circumstances either. "Pack a small bag. Just pack for a couple of nights, though," he said. I nodded. I nodded and was off. Once I was in the hallway. Why am I? I'm getting words confused and it's getting on my nerves. Hallway. I knew where it was, so I made my way to my room and quickly shoved some necessities into my bag. I met Mark in the living room and he looked over to me. "No shirt?" I asked. I was wondering if I could possibly borrow one of yours," I said sadly. Blushing, he smiled at me. "Of course," he said, delighted. He went into his room and got a shirt and tossed it to me. I slipped it on. It was a little big. Mark chuckled, pulling me in for a quick. You see, I said quick. We must quick kiss. Quick kiss. Okay. "You look great, my darling." "You look great, darling," he said, compliment before. Okay. Before I could reply, my body felt all strange, and I closed my eyes when my head spun. When I opened my eyes, were no longer in Mark's living room. It seemed to be another dark room, although with no trace of sunlight. "Well, I'll be damned," I heard a voice cut through the dark. The room suddenly illuminated with several candles flickered to life. I grabbed onto Mark, kinda scared. I couldn't see anyone else. "Mark, if you're here, something must be up. Spill it," I heard. I looked to where it was coming from to see somewhat familiar figure emerge from the shadows. I was ignoring their conversation. I was trying to recall where I remember her from, and the shelf full of pictures flashed into my mind. It was the girl that was with Mark. So, you know how it is, asking for favors, and you're just like, yeah. "So I need somewhere to keep him. Yami doesn't know about you, so it's the safest place I could think of. I'll be done quick, so please," I heard Mark conclude. You don't call for a century and a half, and then you expect me to simply do a favor for you? I'm pretty sure you're forgetting your position, the girl said. She had long wavy brown hair that cascaded to her hips. She also had vibrant green eyes that seemed to pierce through the soul. When she was slightly taller than me and had an hourglass figure. If you're if you were into if you were into girls, I assume she would be extremely appealing. No, I haven't forgotten, but please, Mark pleaded. The woman's eyes seemingly annoying. Fine. Well, if he's staying here, you should introduce us. Oh gosh. Introduce us, she said. Mark cleared his throat, pushing me in front of him a little. This is Sheen. This is my sire, Angeline. Da 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 da. I'm gonna bury you with my glass. Okay, sorry. Da 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 da. I'm gonna bury you with my sire. I'm gonna drink the red from your pretty pink face. I'm gonna. Sorry. Sorry, I'm gonna treat you like a goddess. Is that what you want me to do? Sorry, I don't treat you like you're perfect, like all you little silly subjects do. Sorry, I'm not made of sugar, I'm not sweet enough for you. Is that why you always avoid me? Okay, sorry. Angeline the Vampire Queen? Wait, that's her name, right? Angeline. If it isn't, I just sing her whole song to a thing that's not even her name. I blur. This is my sire. This is my sire, Angeline, he introduced. You're what? I blurted out, causing Angeline to laugh. She's the one who turned me. I'll be back soon. Don't do anything to him. I swear if you do, he says sternly. I'm shaking. Don't worry. I won't do anything. Come on, let me lead you to your room. She said something seemed to have changed as though the walls had fallen an instant. Wait, no. Instead of an imitated aroma, I felt at first a carrying. I felt a carrying type of atmosphere. Now, I looked to Mark, and he nodded encouragingly, and I gave him one last quick kiss as I followed after Angeline. Sorry, I don't treat you like a goddess. Is that what you want me to do? Sorry, I don't treat you like you're perfect. I never say subjects do. Sorry, I'm not made of sugar. If I'm not sweet enough, no, you. That why you always avoid me. Just your problem. I'm just your problem. Okay, yep. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that is chapter 13 of Angeline. Of course, you already got a sneak peek of the next chapter, so that will be updated soon. So, This is Casey, this dream, signing out. Love you lots. Bye bye.